Guys, welcome back to the podcast, episode number 18 of this season. Um, Custard Splat podcast. Tonight, we're going to be breaking down the FA Cup first round defeat to Wealdstone at the weekend, and also a little look ahead to the game against Woking, which at the time you guys were listening to this, that game will be tonight. We are recording this on Tuesday evening. Um, I've got Ollie with me again. Oh, these random Wednesday night fixtures that the National League have thrown at us this year, they really break up our rhythm, don't they? I think I've said it before to the listeners that we usually record these things on a Wednesday to release them on a Thursday. And yeah, those midweek fixtures, they really they chuck us out of our rhythm. But we're still here. We're in our content creator era.
Yeah, well, this is a different one today because we're not in a studio.
We
We
are
are
not in the
online.
studio. We're doing this remotely. It feels a lot like 2020 again. But these tools are here for us, and we probably still need to make the best of them. We hit a couple of sticky logistical points with getting us all together in the same room. We've not had an episode with all three of us on it for what feels like forever. And yeah, maybe a couple of these will certainly help that. It is all just down to working schedules, really. We've not had an argument. We've not had a big falling out that we can't all be in the same room. It's just work and family schedules that we can't all get in alignment sometimes. But yeah, so. Well, I don't know. Have you got a random question this week? Anything to do with the number 18?
I was going to do number 18, to be fair.
A few
Yeah,
people got it. A few people did get involved.
yeah, they understood the assignment, which was nice. Which means people do listen to the podcast, which is
Yeah,
good.
that's the nicest bit.
And I'm pleased that I'm here for this one because this is my favorite number. This is the number I've worn most when I played.
Lucky
Um,
number.
my lucky number. And for me. My early memory of the number 18 was probably Johnny Hurd.
Hmm.
I think that kind of I think him wearing it kind of influenced me to wear it because I was a left back at the time and I
Right.
didn't like wearing a single number when I played at the back. I didn't like the number five, number six, or anything like that. I hated number three. Didn't like number three. So playing at left back, I wanted kind of any number other than that. Ironically, I played about 3 seasons at left back wearing number five,
See
which was
that to me, that's
horrible.
disgusting. You can't
That's
do that.
disgusting. Yeah. And I did one season wearing number six at left back.
I think I could just about allow
Well,
that.
and left wing as well. I played left wing and left back with number six.
So number 6 at left back, I just think of John Arne when he was at Liverpool. So that's why I think you can get away with it.
Okay.
Number 5 at left back is barbaric. I can't.
Because John Arne wore 18 as well at one point.
Did he?
I vaguely
I
remember seeing
I
him.
remember him being number 6.
Yeah. So, yeah, number 18. I mean, who springs to mind when I say number 18?
I think for me, I would instantly go to Ryan Leonard.
Oh, okay. I forgot about Ryan Leonard, actually.
Yeah, I think. Well, I just think. Do you know what? We spoke about this briefly last week about naming your all-time Southend 11. I think Ryan Leonard's banging on that door. In terms of like pure consistency, I think pound for pound, one of the best players we've had in terms of you take into account
Yeah.
free transfer, the years of service that we got out of him, and then to sell him on for a profit. Yeah, genuinely, I'll die on that hill. Pound for pound, one of the best players we've ever
Mm.
had. And
Definitely one of Paul Sturrock's all-time best
yeah,
signings.
yeah, and I think usually it's unusual rather for such a success story to come out of somebody that was initially a trialist.
And a right
And,
back.
and a right back, yeah. Sturrock converted him to a centre midfielder and
Mm. And
was
if I
sort of,
remember right, it took him a while to even get into that routine, right? I
I
remember
can't really remember. It was quite a
he
while
wasn't
ago now,
exactly a
wasn't it?
first choice centre mid, was he? When we started playing
Not
him
when
this
he
season.
first come in, no. No.
No.
And he had his little flurries. I think we had a massive injury crisis one year. He had to play centre back for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I think if you asked me to name a Southend player wearing number 18, I would sort of I'd struggle to think of anyone other than Ryan Leonard, to be honest.
Have we got? We haven't got one this season, have we?
Slavy, Slavy's
Oh yeah,
18.
it's Sammy. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
we've had a
good number.
couple. We had a couple last year. I think some low knees shared it about last year. Remember James Golding towards the
Yeah,
end
that's
of
right.
last season wearing it. I think somebody had it in the first half of last year. Can't think now. Can't think. I
Yeah,
think it was
Taylor
another.
Foreign.
I think it was another low knee. Who'd you say?
Yeah. Taylor Foreign or Foreign?
Don't remember him.
No, neither do I. He
No.
won number 18. Wesley had it before. Wesley Funguk.
Where's Fonguk? Yeah, yeah.
The other big name I
Mm.
think is Shea Wilson as well.
Shay Wilson, yeah, but I think
Again,
that
left back.
that they all sort of changed number when they sort of got to like become a mainstay in the team. They changed. Like Shay Wilson
He
eventually
became number
become
three.
he become number three. Yeah, your traditional left back
Mm.
number. I think Ryan Leonard was only ever number 18 for us. He was here what 5 or 6 years, and he was only ever number 18. And I
Yeah.
think he really made that his own.
The other one, I tried to dig the shirt out. I've got a Charlie Mulgrew shirt. He's number
Yeah,
18.
yeah, he was a good player. He was a good
He was
player.
a good player.
That was
Got better
around that
after he kind
time,
of
but
left
yeah, it
us.
was like far too good to be playing for us. He was only on loan, wasn't he? But
Hmm.
far too good to be playing for us.
I was trying to think like the worst number 18 that we've probably had. There's not been too many, to be honest. I mean, I think a lot of people would probably give that award to Sam Manton. It's
Strange one
harsh
that
because he
because
had a great,
he
he was
was
brilliant, and
really
then when we
really
were
good.
shit, he was shit.
Yeah, when he was on loan in the Chris Powell era, he was really good,
Mm.
and he ironically come in to essentially replace Ryan Leonard. I think that
Well,
was
yeah.
around about the same time we'd sold him to Sheffield United. Yeah, he had a tricky time when he was a permanent signing, but when he
Mm.
was on loan, he was really good.
It's like he struggled as soon as Drew Yearwood left.
Yeah, I think that it's difficult to sort of pinpoint. Looking back at that time now, it's difficult to pinpoint individuals because the club itself was just an absolute shambles, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
obviously nobody was going to be performing at their sort of peak performance levels. I think you mentioned Sam Manson. I saw something a couple of months ago now. He's part of this scheme. I think it's an FA scheme. Um, if I'd have known this was going to come up, I could have done some research into it. But I guess that's the whole point of these random questions. He's basically part of this scheme that's helping like retired professionals like become an official. And I think
Okay.
yeah, he was. I don't think he was the ref, but I think he was the linesman for a game during pre-season. So
Okay.
I think he's part of this scheme to become an official.
All right.
So that could be an interesting one to keep an eye on.
So the whole comment of you've never even played the game of referees is probably going to go out the window
Well, I
eventually.
think that's ultimately why it's been done. And to be honest, I don't mind it because
Mm.
there is a lot of officials that you can still tell have never played the game.
Mm.
So I think it's an interesting initiative if they can get more. I think certainly players that have maybe retired typically a little bit younger than you would imagine.
Yeah.
And well, let's face it, a lot of players retire through injury. So
Yeah.
if it's not an injury thing, if you're still fit and able to get about the pitch, I think if they're going to sort of try and do more to get some ex-players into refereeing, I think that can only be a good thing for the standard of the game.
Oh yeah. And there's hopefully the standard refereeing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Across the board, if you've got a larger pool of players to go right, almost every professional has this option that they hit 33, retire, and become a referee. Hopefully, you get to see an increased standard of refereeing as opposed to a shortage and then a lower quality.
I'll always remember it was another podcast. I can't remember what it was. It might have been Under the Cosh or something like that. That Mark Clattenburg was on, and he said, like, I know, bit of a controversial figure, but taking all that context out of it, he
Mm.
had figured out like quite early on that he was never going to be a particularly good player,
Yeah.
but then sort of realized I can still sort of be involved in the game and sort of rub shoulders with all of these like mega star players by becoming a ref. And whilst I've obviously not played in a Champions League final or a World Cup final or games of that magnitude, I've been on the pitch for them and I've refereed
Yeah.
them. So if there is also that potential for, so let's take Sam Mantham as the example, that's had a maybe League One, League Two career,
Mm.
could you potentially get higher than that, get to a higher level as an official? I'm guessing you possibly
Oh,
could
the odds are in your favour, surely.
because
Well, the Mark
like
Clattenburg thing is almost a little bit like when I heard remember hearing that before. It's a little bit of like, "That's the kid. It's my ball. It's the little kid at school. It's like it's my ball. Can't play, but they want
yeah.
to still be
Yeah,
kind
they
of
still want to
involved."
be involved. I'm not good enough to play, but I still want to be involved. All right, be the ref then. It was ref or goalkeeper.
Yeah,
That
or
was
left
how
back,
I ended up
wouldn't
in goal, and you ended up left back.
he? Yeah. As soon as I found I'm left-footed, that was it.
Yeah, I think I've said on this before. My left foot is for standing on, not
But mine's buggered now
not
anyway.
not my forte. Let's talk about some football.
Hmm. It's
Um,
good.
FA Cup,
Yep.
we are out.
Oh no,
A 1-0 defeat at the hands of Wealdstone. Our
they've got a
second,
number this year, haven't they?
well, they are at their place, especially. Are they becoming a bit of a bogey team for us?
Yeah, we've beat Morecambe now, so we need a
It's
new bogey
shifted.
team. Hmm.
Yeah, I think going into the game, five changes to the starting lineup. Off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly who they all were now. Can't remember who come out, especially, but Jack Bridge started, Leon started,
Yeah,
Tom Hopper started. Yeah, as I can't remember, Ollie Coker was another
and
one. I
Cav
can't,
Miley.
and Cav. Yeah, so they were the five that come in. As I can't remember exactly who come out for all of them. Excuse me.
That would have been Boys, Cav, Slavy,
Yeah,
um,
Slavy come out.
and Mort.
Um,
No, who's been starting centre
James
mid?
Morton has been
Morton.
starting.
Yeah.
We're missing one. Can't think. That's only four.
Oh,
No.
we changed. We didn't change the back, did we?
We didn't change the back and we didn't change the keeper because Nick Hayes played in the last league game as well. So that remained the same. Um,
Yeah, I can't remember.
oh, we did technically change the back line because Bridgie come in for Harry Boys. So we changed
Yeah,
we changed the left wing back. But yeah, the back three stayed the same. Um, yeah, so when you saw the starting lineup and there
yeah.
was five changes, what were your initial thoughts before a ball's been kicked?
My initial thoughts were, okay, fine. This is why we have a squad.
Hmm.
So we change players around, um, knowing that we obviously had a game the previous Saturday that they would have worked their socks off to go and score in the last two goals in the last minutes of the game, which meant we pushed the game for 90 minutes. And for people that haven't played a game of football, if you're 2-0 up with 75 minutes gone, you can take your foot off the gas a little bit. We had our foot on the gas for 90 minutes.
Hmm.
You've got to go. Woke is it Woking on Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got Woking on Wednesday, and then you've got a huge clash at home with Carlisle on the Saturday.
Hmm.
You've got a squad for a reason. They're not robots. They can't play 90 minutes three times in 7 days. You need to rotate it. You need to keep the squad harmony there as well. You can't say you're currently out of the team, but you're not going to get a chance. That's just ridiculous. So there's your opportunity to say to these players who, at the start of the season, no one would have had a problem with any of those players being in the starting lineup.
No, no, and we spoke at the start of the season, didn't we, about how impressed we were at the transfer business that we'd done that ultimately bolstered our squad.
Yeah,
Don't think like a complete bird's eye view on it, just looking at the squad in terms of a numbers standpoint. I don't think you'd look at anybody as a particular like weak link, for example. I think
no,
we've got a strong squad, got options in every position. Like you take Jack Bridge for the example, would be one of the first names on the team sheet any other season since he's been back at the club. But
yeah,
the signing of Harry Boyes and the impressive form that Harry Boyes has been in has so far kept him out. It's by no means to say that Jack Bridge has suddenly become a Joey and
no,
doesn't have anything to offer us. We spoke about his importance off the bench in I think it was the Halifax game at the end
yeah,
of September. Come on and was very instrumental in that game and helped us kill that game off. So these players absolutely still have something to offer. Um, My it is hard. My take on it is like I completely agree with what you're saying. You've got that squad for a reason. Five changes, let's face it, that's half of your outfield team. Now,
Yeah.
whilst I'm not sort of pinpointing any individuals in this. I'm talking as a cohesive unit. How many times has that 11 played together this season? You sort of you get basically what I'm getting at in hindsight was five changes a bit too many
Um,
for the cohesion and sort of the fluidity
I
of
think
things.
I think
Do you get what I'm saying?
it's so hard to tell because after 15 minutes the game's gone.
True.
And
Yeah,
whoever
we'll
is
get
out on
to
that
that. Yeah.
pitch, yeah, whoever's out on that pitch at that point, whether it was the same 11 from the previous week, the tactics have gone out the window at this point.
Hmm.
You know, whoever's out there, one of your strikers gets taken off, and then you changed the whole fabric of the game. You know,
Mm. No, that's
Southend has
fair.
now come on for whoever you wanted up front. So
Mm.
now, if at that point, if against Wealdstone, all of a sudden these players aren't good enough to play, it is a debate for whatever, but without 10 men and all tactics that everything they've worked on that week would have gone out the window.
Yeah, an early red card kills it, doesn't it? And
Well, it
it just
does, yeah,
seems
because
to
if you go,
be
this is something they would have worked on this in training. Kev wouldn't have sat everyone around the changing room, spoke about the weekend, and gone, right, he wants to play like you do on Sunday League. He would have
yeah.
planned this all throughout
I
the week.
feel first of all, I'm not naive enough to think that these names have been pulled out of a hat. I'm not saying this to you.
No, not you.
I'm
I'm
saying
talking to
no,
maybe
no.
other
I
people.
know. I'm talking to the wider audience here. I'm not naive enough to think that these players have just been pulled out of a hat and gone, "Oh, you play there, you play there." It will obviously have been worked on, but even with the best laid plans, I'm just sort of it's a rhetorical question, really. But and you can rewrite history with the benefit of hindsight. An early red card in the game has absolutely killed it as a contest.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we'll now never know. But
no.
yeah,
I think
what?
you've
Sorry,
got
go
to
on.
you have to rotate, and I think unfortunately it's one of those where the only reason why we care about the FA Cup realistically is because of revenue.
Hmm.
But if we were to go and play that game, lose to Wealdstone, like beat Wealdstone, but lose players for injury in that game, and then go and pick up 6 points out of the next possible 18, is that then? And then we go and get another tie against a team in our
Well,
division,
it's
and
Grimsby, isn't it? The Wealdstone have been drawn at Grimsby,
yeah,
so again,
it's like you
hypothetically,
only
that
want
would have
that
been
for the
our draw.
monetary reasons. It's like the risk of losing your players, and it's I know people say about it's momentum, or we've lost all the momentum now. It's like, well, no, because we have changed it. We've given players an opportunity. The ones that have gone out of the team should now be chomping at the bit to go back into that team and set it straight. If you had gone into that game with the same 11 and lost, that's when you lose momentum because you can go, well, that was shit, and then you can start to see that.
Yeah, and you'll
Like
get players
me,
like a little bit
I've played in
self-doubt
teams
creeps
where
in.
I've been chucked out the team for a cup game, um, and in the next game I'm back in, I'm ready to prove a point because it's like you got to give the squad an opportunity. As I said at the start of the season, it's like we've got a squad now. A few
Mm.
seasons ago, we moaned that we had Gus in goal and Cav at centre back and kids on the wing.
And one sub.
Yeah, and one sub, but kept momentum going, didn't we? Fucking hell! It's like you can't win, and I feel like every time anytime there's a reason to either criticise Hopper or Mayer, the
Right,
fans would do it.
stick a pin in that one because I want to go on, carry on, but I want to come back to the Tom Hopper thing.
Well, that's what I was going to get onto. So if you want to tackle that one now,
Right, I've got some screenshots now. This was when the starting lineup graphic got posted out on all social media. When it goes out an hour before kickoff.
mm,
This was at 8 minutes past 2 o'clock. It had already received these comments. I'm not going to
mm,
read out the individuals' names. I might have to blank out some certain expletives here as well. First one,
mm.
Hopper. Is Mayer trolling us? Hopper, is he mad? If you're going to drop Spaz off, then put Walker in. No effing way you put Tom Hopper in this squad. back to starting that useless mug Hopper. Hopper with just the weary-eyed face. Just more again, you get the general picture. This is at 8 minutes after the starting lineup has been announced. Eight
Yeah,
minutes. Like, I'm not suggesting it's the only reason, but is it any wonder the geezer isn't necessarily firing on all cylinders at the minute? He's got
yeah,
you're putting the weight of the world on his shoulders with shit like
yeah,
this. And then the hilarious ones are he's the unfortunate player that gets hooked for Joe Gubbins to come on after 21
yeah,
minutes. And he's still somehow the one being blamed for the defeat. As I only played 20 minutes.
yeah.
It's genuinely pathetic. And
Nice.
that is a sickness.
Yeah.
That's a sickness bug in within the fan base. That is
That's
pathetic.
just it's just horrendously toxic, and there's no defending it. In the end of the day, you can have an opinion on a player. You could have had a shit game, and you could have said whatever as an opinion. But as soon as you go online, especially before a game, you just want to just criticize our players. I don't see Col U fans giving our players this amount of grief. They're genuinely, and
We're our
even if
own
they do,
worst
it's just
enemy.
for a laugh.
We genuinely can be our own worst enemy. We've said it a million times, and I'm not going to stay on the subject for too long for at risk of repeating myself and letting this whole thing turn sour. But when it's great, and you see the fantastic atmosphere we can create at the Brackley game and at other games we've had this season, where we almost have learnt to be patient. I've not noticed anywhere near as much of the moaning and groaning like as in previous years. Maybe it is still there, but I've just become a bit desensitized to it. I don't know. But this online stuff, it really, really has to stop. It has
Yeah,
to stop. We are our own worst enemy and we are killing ourselves. Why, under any circumstance, would you think that is a remotely good idea to destroy one of your own players' confidence like that? I'd love to
yeah,
know. That's a genuine question that I'm putting out there. I would love to know. Message us privately if you want to, for some reason, remain anonymous.
yeah.
What
Well,
what
if
what
they don't want
what
to
good do
remain
you
anonymous
think?
because they put it online.
What good
My
do you
opinion
think
is
that's
we'll name them,
achieving?
but
Yeah, I've chosen not to name people there, but all you've got to do is
just go on there and have a look.
scroll back on the SUFC Roots Hall Twitter account, find the graphic of the starting lineup from Saturday afternoon. Just look at the replies. It's all still there.
Yeah. The irony is there's a few individuals out there that will openly not just criticize our own players, but actually abuse them online. And then the irony is when it comes to the club interacting with fans and wanting fans' input, the irony is they then try and be like, "Oh, I'll get involved."
Yeah,
But the club aren't idiots. Like
no, you
they've got your number.
you'll wonder why, like. Because the slight benefit of being at this lower level is you probably do feel like you're a bit closer to the players and the staff. They're a bit more interactive than certainly the Premier League megastars are. You can't get near them with a barge pole.
Hmm.
Don't spoil it because
Yeah,
that's a privilege that would just get taken away.
yeah.
I think there was something recently. Kev was saying something about taking himself off social media.
Right. Okay.
And I can't remember the article exactly. I can't remember what the article was on. But I'm sure there was a footnote in that article somewhere that he's taken himself off socials.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't
Even when
surprise
it
me at
came to
all.
the testimonial, he couldn't escape comments, and you're thinking,
It's my
yeah,
testimonial.
and then well, the thing is, a lot of these, I'm going to do air quotes, Southend fans. Some of them, you click on their profile and they're raving about a Tottenham goal as well. I just think, just fuck off, like because you're just trolling. You haven't got a club. You're just a football
Just a
fan.
football fan that lives locally.
So just piss off. Because at the end of the day, it's there's no one I know in their right mind would even say half the things that they were saying about our own
Mate,
players to anybody online, let
this is
alone
what cracks me up. This is what absolutely cracks me up. Yeah, we're talking about Tom Hopper in this example, but previously it's been Colin. It was Macaulay Bond last year. They just become the you pick
yeah.
on something. There's one every season that becomes the scapegoat. If you bumped into Tom Hopper doing his food shopping, you'd be asking him for a picture. You'd be asking him for an autograph.
Oh, if that's what I'd love to know where they sit. Because if I was a player, I don't know, it's weird, but it's like if you know where they sit, if Tom Hopper at the end of the game decided he wanted to go and throw his shirt in at the crowd, they'd all be putting their hands up.
Yeah, but only so they can go and sell it.
No, no, I guarantee they'll keep hold of it because they're a lot of them are just ridiculously fickle.
No, they would be trying to grab that shirt, run round to get to the player's entrance for him leaving the ground to get him to sign it so they could flog it.
And then slag him off the next week.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
I
yeah,
think
I just thought that
every
was
season has a scapegoat, doesn't it?
yeah,
And
it was Macaulay Bonne last year. Year before that, it was Wes Fonguk. There's just there always for some reason has to be a scapegoat, and it's getting a bit boring.
it is because if Hopper goes, who's what? You just pick another one, do you? Or
Who's
do you go? Oh, the
next?
squad's perfect now. Everyone's perfect.
Yeah, who's next?
It's
Because
like
there
what do you
wasn't an
mean?
issue with Hopper last year because everyone was picking on Bonne.
Also, I know I'm not trying to encourage it, but well, there's no mention of Hayes this week. We just lost 1-0. Well, if that was Colin, are
Yeah,
we swapping the goalkeeper out now? Are we? Because
yeah,
we considered a goal. It's like it is mental, but
yeah. Should we talk about the red card?
yeah,
Have you seen it? Have you seen
yeah,
the footage?
yeah. It's
It's a red
don't
card, isn't
pull
it?
the shirt. You learn this. I teach kids this. Don't pull the shirt. The striker's done you. You've lost. You fucked up. He's got past you. You don't pull his shirt
I
because
think you got a
the
couple
striker's
of.
well within his right to go down
Mm,
because you've pulled his shirt.
I
Do you know
think
what I mean?
you got.
It's a straight. It's
It's
the
a
most
Stonewall
blatant
red
red
card.
card I've seen this season.
Yeah, it is a Stonewall red card.
Hmm.
Um,
There's
I
no ifs
feel
and
like
buts around it. I know a
feel
few
like
people in
we've
the
slightly cursed things with the episode we did recently, saying how we're the cleanest team in the league currently with the fewest amount of yellow cards and no red cards, and then not 2 weeks later
yeah.
this has happened. But I think you've got
It's not cynic. It's not cynical. It's one of those where strikers done what good strikers should do:
yeah.
press the defender. That's why, and he's got the rewards for it.
It's
Um,
obviously going to be a big miss for us because well, he's a big player for us, but it is only a 1 game ban, so he will miss Woking, but be back available for selection for Carlisle.
hmm,
The way I viewed it when I saw it, I just sort of went, oh, as in a bit like you idiot sort of thing, because
yeah,
you've kind of got you've got a couple of options there. What he did was the last option.
yeah,
First option, I think. I don't want to use the word robot and players have become a bit robotic, but that was a very systemized thing that he was trying to do. Like, "Oh, I'm a ball playing centre half. I'm going to get the ball. I'm going to play it. Blah 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 blah." Rather than just for whatever instance, I've lost my footing ever so slightly. It wasn't the best ball to me. It was a bit behind me. I've got the ball stuck under my feet. I'm just going to boot this ball off the pitch, get my shape
yeah,
back, and start again. And go, put
yeah,
my hands up and go, yeah, got stuck under my feet, whatever. We'll deal with the throw in and we'll start again. We'll get our shape back now and we'll go again. Second option is let the player go through and he's on a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper might save it, but they might score. You'd rather go 1
hmm.
nil down but keep 11 men on the pitch.
That's the irony. We
Stay on the
conceded straight
pitch.
away.
Stay on the pitch. The last thing you do is what he did, which is get yourself sent off. And I know he's then off the pitch for the goal. But then, yeah, the irony is he could have done that anyway. He could have gone through one-on-one with the keeper and still slotted it in, but stay on the
Yeah,
pitch.
yeah. And at 20 minutes, the score's the same, but we've got 11 men.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, yeah, that
It's a
I
stupid
would have
foul.
just
And
liked to
the
see him
you
just
know,
be like a proper old school centre half and just boot it out of the ground because he would have done at that place and go,
hmm,
look, yeah, my
would have got
bad.
out of the postcode of that place.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Gubbins has got a chance now, hasn't he?
Stonewall red card. You would imagine it's going to be Gubbins that comes in to replace him
Yeah.
tonight for the Woking game.
And
Uh,
he's got a chance now. And the last time Gubbins was given a chance, he stayed in
he
for a long time.
done very well. He come in to replace Ralphie at the start of the year.
Hmm.
So yeah, big opportunity for him again.
And I know you're obviously different type of player.
Mm.
Obviously, Goodliff is our main centre, so it'd be interesting to see whether
Think he might reshuffle
we,
it.
well, you need a big centre half. Kane Gubbins, he obviously did against Wealdstone in the cup in that game, but it's is he the big commanding centre half
Mm.
that we need? Um,
You would say
or you
typically
put
he's
Gubbins over because
played
Gubbins
on
is left footed as well, isn't he? So
yeah, he's played on the left of a three typically when he's been in the side,
yeah,
which is of that suited him down to the ground when he come in to replace Ralphie.
mm,
Um, yeah, been an interesting one, but it goes back to what we said at the top of the show. We've got a squad,
yeah,
so it's another opportunity to use the squad. I just want to. I have got it here in my notes. Our FA Cup record over the last 10 years.
love it.
It's not pretty reading at all.
No,
Um,
when the last time we got to the fourth round? Was that the year we played Hull?
I think it's the year we played Hull. Um,
Beat Millwall, didn't we?
so
Will
I think,
Atkinson with an absolute brilliant goal.
yeah, and it was probably one of the wettest Southend games I've ever seen. But I think this list I've got here starts the year after that because I've got the year 15-16 eliminated in the first round, 16-17 first round, 17-18 first round, 18-19 second round. We lost 4-2 away at Barnsley, having beaten Crawley in the first round, 6-2 in a replay.
That was it. Charlie
Um,
Coleman, I remember scoring that.
this is one of the funniest ones.
No, Jack Payne, sorry.
1920 eliminated in the first round, lost 1-0 away at Dover when we were still a League One team at that time. 2021, we lost in the first round to Boreham Wood. 21-22, lost in the first round to Chesterfield. These are the couple that got a little bit bleak. 22-23 and 23-24, we lost in the fourth qualifying round. We
Yeah.
didn't actually make it to the first round proper. 24-25, lost at home to Charlton. Fair
Great
enough.
game, though.
What a game. Charlton, obviously, a much higher level than us. Proper cup tie. That I love that game.
Yeah.
And then obviously this year we've lost in the first round to Wealdstone. So that's not pretty reading at all. Our FA Cup
No.
record for the last 10 years now. It's
But
just
we're not alone with that
no, we're not.
statistic.
We're not. And I am going to try and spin that into a slight positive. I don't mean that to just be like a doom and gloom moment. I think you touched on it like 5-10 minutes or so ago that we're out of the cup now. So what would we rather have? Would we rather have a glamour tie of a second round game against Grimsby and now go and lose potentially our biggest game of the season thus far against Carlisle? I know we got Woking first, but
Yeah.
or and this is where kind of comes with pressure of doing the sort of rotating the squad and now being out of the cup. You you got to get good results this month. We've mentioned it before. We've had it all over our socials this week with us predicting how we think this month is going to go.
Yeah,
This is
we've made
a
a rod for our own backs here, I think.
this is a massive month for us. So I'm not saying like got to pick some points up or jobs are going to be on the line. I don't mean it from
I
that
know.
viewpoint. I don't mean it like that. But we kind of have got to pick up some points this month.
Well, if
With
you don't pick up any, then you're 18 points away from everyone else.
well, I mean, I think it would take an absolute miracle for us to pick up 0 points this month. But it needs to be a strong month. I
Yeah.
think it's a jam-packed month. Um,
If we win tonight and then win Saturday,
FA Cup's
it's
forgotten
it's
about.
it's all forgotten.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
We
completely
don't
agree.
lose tonight and then all the pressure's on Saturday.
Yeah, no, I do agree. It's just you're in that mode of
The thing is,
you're only
this is
remembering
like
the last game.
people forget about, I'm going to go back to the bit about form and momentum and stuff like this. I know it's always some buts, but we put our full team out against Wealdstone. Goodliff gets sent off. We go down to 10 men. We potentially lose with that same team. There'll be at that point, people will be calling for shuffle, bit of a shuffle. People will be
Hmm.
calling for other people to come into the team.
Hmm.
No one's going to go, oh yeah, we lost to Wealdstone, so we'll keep the same team again. It would have been calling for a change. So you can't win either way. The positive, the bit I'm going to take from it is for five of the other players that missed down that game. Well, their last game was in a winning starting lineup.
Mm.
They're not going to lose momentum from that. They're not going to go, oh, my teammates didn't play as well, got let down by a red card. I think there should be no reason why we shouldn't hit the ground running tonight and pick up a result.
No, no, it's they all feel like big games at the minute, don't they?
Well, yeah, just the nature of the league as well, and the fact that we are playing three of our promotion rivals this month
mm,
at this stage of the season, where you want to go into December and who's going to be top of the Christmas tree.
mm. Well, you say that. If you've seen, there's another postponement at Rochdale tonight.
Or is there?
Yeah, their game against Scunthorpe has been called off. Um, so yeah, all is not well with that pitch. So I know it's still a couple of weeks off, but yeah, I thought that was an interesting footnote that
Hmm.
they're still struggling to get games on up there when it's raining.
Yeah,
Which you're in Manchester, it's never not raining. So I'm
no.
not sure why you're struggling so much.
Well, the other
Um,
clubs don't have that trouble, as
yeah,
you'll clearly know. You know the
I don't
issue.
see Oldham having those struggles or Salford that are in that neck of the woods, even Wigan,
Yeah,
which
Stockport. Yeah, none of them
yeah,
teams are cancelling games,
loads of very populated area with like professional football clubs, and they've I don't know got a drainage issue. Don't know.
and then they're not a smaller club, Rochdale. They're in a lower division, but they're not a smaller club. They're Stockport and all them lot. They should
No,
have a
not in
they should
terms of
have a
their
better team.
infrastructure. You wouldn't have.
No,
They've been in the football league in the last 5 years.
but we've had it. We had a season where our pitch was just fucking dog
Yeah,
shit.
atrocious when they if
The poor staff couldn't do anything with it. We've got
mm.
the same issue. Someone lays the grass down wrong,
Yeah,
you're fucked.
maybe. I think yeah, if you don't if you're sort of late with doing whatever you're doing with your turf in
Yeah.
the
Or you
club
hire the wrong
season,
people.
yeah.
You don't. You might have brought in someone that's done it and brought the grass over from Holland. Do you remember we used to do that? We used to fly our grass in from Holland.
I
Like, I don't know. I still don't know. Is that a done thing or was that just
don't
like
know.
Ron's network
The
bit
cost
bougie?
cutting exercise, I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
Um, right, should we have a quick break in play to talk about our campaign to bring back the icon, the bring back the Splat campaign. Do you want to take this one?
No, Aaron, you leave with it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I'm sort of hogging all the talking points. Anyway, yeah, as mentioned on previous episodes, the iconic Custard Splat Southend United shirt, the shirt that has inspired this podcast, has inspired the name. My favourite personal Southend shirt because it was the shirt the year that I first started watching. It wasn't a particularly good period for the club. We got back-to-back relegations in that shirt, but it is iconic. I feel we as a podcast, as a brand, have done a little bit in kind of bigging it up over the last 5 years since we've been doing this thing. We're trying to bring it back. Don't really know where it could go, but we're trying to get this under the noses of someone or some people, a collection of people at the club.
The club, ideally.
Yeah, the club. Yeah, not just anyone.
No.
We're trying to get this in at the club to see if we can bring back the Splat and get this shirt redesigned and brought into the year 2026, which, as I say, will be the 30th anniversary of the shirt. So what we want you guys to do, our loyal listeners, some of you, I looked at some metrics over the last week, and some of you are listening to us waffle on about Southend United all over the world, which is baffling to me. Whoever the listener is in Vietnam, can you please get in touch with us? Like, I need to sort of know what that setup is. Do you live there? Are you traveling? Are you backpacking? Like, what's the dynamic
Don't get too
listening?
excited. It's probably just a VPN. They're just watching Family Guy,
Yeah, but
Netflix.
I need to know who the Custard Splat listener is in Vietnam. That one really tickled me. Yeah, so what I've got sidetracks there. What we want you guys to do initially, we've got various ideas for this over the next few months that will probably take us to the end of the season, to be honest. First thing we want you to do, this is where Ollie might come in clutch a little bit. design the shirt. We want to see your designs of the shirt. Use your imagination. Don't just copy it. It's a remaster, not a remake. You could put a modern spin on it. Let us see, not just hear about it and know about it. You don't have to be a graphic designer like Ollie. You can just do it with pen and paper. But let us see how you guys would bring this reimagined Custard Splat shirt to life. And when you've done it, take a picture of it, screenshot, however you've done it, send it to us on whatever platform with the hashtag bring back the splat. So we can have a look at them, we can start sharing them on our socials, and it allows us to gather some more material to say, look, we think this thing's got legs and
Mm.
try and make this happen.
And I will say as well, to keep things a bit more flexible in the creative department, doesn't have to be the home kit. So go
No
a bit
one said
crazy if you
no
want.
one said home kit.
Go a bit crazy. So you don't have to be blue and yellow. You do whatever you want. Like I want to see some creativity. I want to see some like, God, can you imagine a black and gold version?
I want to
Oh,
see yours.
yeah,
There you
well,
go. That's one for you. I'm setting you a task.
show for me. Okay.
Create the custard splat shirt in the color scheme of this year's third shirt. So
Oh, yeah,
the
sorted.
black and gold shirt, but it's the custard splat.
Perfect. I'll get that done.
I had a bit of fun with Chat GPT yesterday, and I asked it to predict our results for the month of November.
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT's clearly figured out you're a Southend fan and wants to be friends with you, I think.
I don't know about that. I don't know where you've got that from. Uh, I'm going to read it out anyway. So I gave it no context. Absolutely, it was a brand new chat. I literally just said, please. I always say please to AI
Oh yeah, because
because
if they overthrow us, they need human slaves. They will like they
they
are,
need
you know.
some friends. So I'm always polite when I speak to
Oh
AI.
yeah. Did you
So
say thank you?
yes, I always say thank you.
Okay, good man.
I call him bro sometimes as well. I've let my bot
I call
sort of,
mine sir.
yeah, see, I've gone a bit more casual and I bro mine off sometimes. Um, I just said, please predict Southend United fixtures and well, the results of Southend United fixtures for the month of November. So here we go. So starting with tonight, the 5th of November, Woking 1, Southend 2. I think that's
Say that.
realistic. That's realistic. And
Yeah.
then we get to Saturday, Southend 3, Carlisle 1. I'll be over the moon
I'll
with
snap your arm off for that one.
that. 15th of November, Yeovil 1, Southend 1.
That's just fucking typicals. We never win there.
Yeah, again, see, it's not silly. It knows. It knows. 18th of November, Rochdale 2, Southend 2.
That's getting postponed.
Yeah. 22nd of November, Southend 3, Altrincham 0.
Yep.
And to sign off the month, Forest Green 1, Southend 2. So it's predicting an unbeaten month.
Yeah.
It's
14
predicting
points.
four wins and two draws.
Yeah, I
An
mean,
extra 14 points.
a real lack of clean sheets there though. So got to drop Hayes after that month, haven't you?
Yeah, there's one clean sheet in there, which is against Altrincham.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a perfect month when you look at those fixtures.
Yeah.
Um, as I say, I'm less confident. I still predicted 12 points, so I'm only
It's
turning
not a
those
million
turning those
miles off.
draws into defeats in my mind. But
Yeah. It's not a million in terms of a points tally. I know we didn't predict the actual results, but it's not a million miles off what we've sort of got as our points tally.
no,
But yeah, it's
yeah,
a bit
I
of fun.
mean, yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think we could do this kind of every month, kind of predict. Um, you know, how does it compare to ChatGPT?
Yeah. Other bots
But
are available.
yeah, other AI platforms are available. This is not a sponsored post.
No, no. Speaking of sponsors, though, if anyone does want to give us well, drop us an email about potential sponsorship. We've got some plans. We've got some ideas how we can help you. We can benefit you as well as the other way around. I don't like the term sponsorship. I prefer partnership
It's a
these days.
partnership, yeah.
It would be a
Because we,
partnership.
yeah, we don't want we don't want sponsors. We're still sponsors. We don't want them just to go, here's money and bugger off. We want it to be like something we work with.
Yeah,
Um, Likewise, it can't just be any old sponsor. Again, it's got to be someone we can actually work with. Um, that's kind of like the aim, really.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So those still are open for conversation as well. Um, I know we sort of we do this thing, so I'm just reading my notes down here. Um, you never want to look too far ahead other than the next game. With tonight's one being Woking, but biggest game of the season so far against Carlisle on Saturday.
In terms of putting a flag in the ground and saying
Mm.
we're going to be up here, um, but we've seen some of these games this season have thrown up some crazy results.
Didn't
Was it
Carlisle lose
Carlisle York?
5-0 to York?
Yeah,
What? Yeah, what's happened there?
I mean, and I know we're at home, that'd be horrendous. But Carlisle are going to be coming here saying like, this is one of the big five in the
Hmm.
league.
Yeah,
If you want an away trip and you want to go and upset a home crowd, this is the one to go and do it to. They're
yeah,
it's a big day out for the ones, and they're going to travel in numbers.
yeah. I think we've got to really make that, you know, our fortress, haven't we? We got to
Yeah, they're doing the
assess.
pack route toll initiative for
Yeah,
this one.
yeah, but it's a long way for them to travel. M Probably much as most away games for them, but that's it's one of their longest trips of the season. It's late kickoff, so
Mm,
it's going to be now the clocks have changed. That's going to be a game under the lights, which are always a bit more of an added spice to the atmosphere.
yeah,
It has all the makings of that sort of big game feel, and yeah, with the initiative the club are doing to pack the hall out, yeah, we've really got to use that to our advantage and make it uncomfortable for them.
yeah. I mean, if I'm a Carlisle player, or that this for me would be the perfect. Yeah, let's go, and we've got fans following us. We're going to do it for them. We're going to put our statement on the league. We're going to beat this team. This is a game you think they'd enjoy playing as
Hmm.
a Carlisle player. Um, Equally, the Southend players should hopefully be up for this and be wanting to enjoy this one as well, and
Yeah,
fancy
these
themselves.
should be games you should be relishing as a player at this level.
Yeah,
You know, Carlisle were
100%.
the latest big club to fall out of the Football League. It was us 5 years ago. So it yeah, it's two sides that are clawing their way back. And
Yeah,
ultimately, come the end of the season, in terms of those automatic promotion spots, as we know, it can only be one. And
yeah,
that's not to say we're the only two big clubs. At the minute, it's Rochdale that are sitting top of the league.
yeah. My only
And
worry, if I was a Rochdale fan, my only worry with that would be is the fact that they're going to not get momentum with this home ground
what is
situation
these
and end up with a
postponements?
lot of games at the end of the season,
Yeah, yeah.
which then could ultimately find themselves just absolutely knackered and looking at a playoff.
Well, you say it all the time. That it's always that kind of conundrum that gets put to you when you've got games in hand. Yeah, that's all well and good, but you've got to
Mm.
go and win it. And
Yeah,
I would personally much rather have the points on the board than the games in hand. I think
yeah,
York were in a situation at the start of the season with the Women's Rugby World Cup, wasn't it? That they had a few games that they played a lot of away games at the start of the season because they couldn't use their
yeah,
home ground, and then they ended up with a couple of games in hand for variety of reasons, and possibly yeah they found their feet a bit at the like now, but sort of it took them. They had a slow start to the season, like possibly
yeah,
as a result of that. I'm not saying it's exactly the reason why. I'd have to speak to somebody at York, but they, on the face of it, seems to have a slower start to the season because their rhythm got interrupted. So you look
yeah.
at something that's happening at Rochdale. We're only in the first week of November, and they've had two home games postponed already.
Mm.
That's we haven't reached the worst of the weather yet.
No,
So
you still fancy them. The fact that they've already got a few games in hand. They're
yeah,
sitting
you would.
top of the
They're
league.
obviously a strong
They're the
side.
bookies' favourite now, despite the start of the season. A lot of people were saying York and Carlisle.
And Forest Green,
Yeah,
who've hit a couple of defeats themselves now.
I think yeah, it's going to. We said about the top of the league not really running away with it, kind of this year.
Hmm.
Um, but we are slowly starting to see a divide, certainly from the in the top seven from the rest of the league.
Hmm.
But as we proved last season, when we came into the new year, how many points outside of the top seven we were to then gate crash that and go to Wembley.
Yeah, we had a very late surge, didn't we?
Yeah, and there's no reason why other clubs won't be sort of looking at that and thinking, all right, we'll do the same then.
Yeah, it can be done. It can be done.
We
Um,
just want to make sure that we're up there in the mix almost all season because what we don't want to be doing is allowing another Southend to pick up momentum and kick us out.
Play us at our own game,
And
essentially.
we don't want to do a Gateshead, be up there all
Mm,
season and just fall apart. Or
yeah,
we is this seven teams turns into 10, 12, and then all of a sudden it becomes a
yeah, yeah. I think
bit of
you're
a
right.
mess.
That pack, whoever is in that sort of top seven or maybe eight at the minute, I think I do sort of envisage that pack will just continue to cut the rest adrift a little bit, and then it will almost become like a little mini league within the league as to
Yeah,
we are going to be in these playoff positions. It's just going to be a case of
yeah,
sorting out the order of us.
yeah. I think if that top seven cuts away, the top seven will become tighter
Hmm.
because it just stands to reason if the top seven is going to pull away by points, it means they're all equally doing well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's only going to be 6 points probably separating seventh and first,
Mm.
for a long period of time, probably right up until probably the last few games of the season, which then you go, it's anyone's game, but then also you end up with a less um, settled playoff place team.
Yeah. I think it would be great this year, just for the sake of variety, to have a title race this year. Like,
Mm.
imagine you go into the last month of the season
Four
and
teams going for the title.
yeah, mathematically, three or four teams can still, like, very, very realistically win the title. I think that'd be brilliant. And
I'm sure there's some like
I think
National
we got a
League.
good chance of that happening this year.
I think so. I think as long as well, you look at the other teams and you look at Boreham Wood, and they still seem to be,
Yeah, they're flying.
yeah, and it seems to be like elephant up a tree for some reason.
Yeah.
But then you remember that they've climbed the tree before,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
never quite got to the top. But there's not much of a huge shock. I guess it's probably just that relegation season was the big
But
outlier
it's
for
that
it.
winning mentality, isn't it? They've got promoted at the end of last season and they've just kept
Mm,
that mentality. You it's a bit of a funny one because you get people that are sort of surprised at that Boreham Wood and even Scunthorpe are two teams that got promoted last season from their respective regionalised divisions
yeah,
that have just
playoff teams as well.
yeah, both the playoff teams that have just continued to ride that wave of momentum and have continued doing well in the National League this season. That is surprising people. But when it's the other way around and a team does what we did 5 or 6 years ago and gets relegated out of League One, we've got a terrible losing mentality. We just keep losing, losing, losing. We get relegated again. No
Mm,
one really questions it. They just go, oh, they've got a losing mentality. Well, sometimes it does happen the other way around where teams just get a winning mentality and they're riding that wave at the minute. And
yeah,
there will come a point where the likes of Boreham Wood and probably Scunthorpe, I'd say Boreham Wood are slightly more likely to hit a patch where it does, like the wave does plateau a little bit, and then it's how they react to that, which we obviously
yeah,
don't know the outcome of that yet. But that wave won't last forever. But at the minute, they're continuing to ride the wave from last season.
yeah. No, well, we've seen it with obviously Wrexham, but obviously they had the
The
financial
the
input,
cash injection helps, doesn't it?
but Stockport
Yeah,
as well
Stockport was one.
rode that wave really well.
We did it all them years ago. We done it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, go
We went
from
back to back.
yeah.
with an
after
incredibly small squad.
yeah, and then we and a few years later we went back to back again.
Yeah,
I think yeah, this it's an interesting little season shaping. I
it's
think
shaping up to be a decent season, I think.
because
Certainly
for a little
since
while
since we've
we
been
were like
in the
6 points
league.
off the Forest Green. Now we're like well, with game in hand, like
Well,
point.
we're within like touching
We're 4
distance
points
of
off,
them,
are we? So we're not game in hand, we're point
and
behind them.
and we've got to play them at the end of this month. And I
Yeah.
think certainly since we've been in the National League, it's shaping up to be the most entertaining season that it's been. Putting my,
Mm,
I mean, obviously I've got a biased head being a Southend fan, but I've also got a football purist sort of viewpoint of it, and it does make it entertaining. It does make it
yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, just a quick. I don't know how we're doing for time on this one because there's no timer. Normally, when we're in person, I've got a timer.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know how long we've been waffling on for. Um,
It's been
one
about over an hour, isn't it?
is
About
it
5 minutes, I
is
think.
it?
40 minutes.
They're probably getting sick of us now. So shall we start to we'll start to wind it down? I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the Southend United women's team for their 2-0 win over Colchester. Just reminding everyone once again that there is only one team in Essex. So
Yeah.
yeah, well done to the women's team. And the under 18s, the FA Youth Cup draw, away again. I don't think we can buy a home draw in that competition to Needham Market, which
Yeah.
under 18s football,
I
I'm
had
not.
to Google where that was because I heard
Yeah,
of. I
you
knew.
asked, where is
I was
Needham?
like, I know the name Needham, but where's that? Yeah.
It's yeah, it's not too far past Ipswich, so I- I'm I'm assuming that's somewhat regionalised still. At those,
It
what
must be.
what's that? I think that's fourth round potentially.
Okay.
It's been, I'm trying to think of the games. Dagenham, I can't remember. I'm sure there was Dagenham, then another one, and then Bishop Stortford, and now this one against Needham Market. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess the only downside is we keep getting these away games. Yeah, it would be nice to sort of
Where's the
get
home
some at
ground for the
home.
youth team?
I think they play those games at Roots Hall, don't they?
I don't know.
I think in well previous years I've definitely been to FA Youth Cup games at Roots Hall.
Yeah. Well, I've not been to one
They
since
just
like
open. They do the
2016.
classic like it's sort of built a bit like a friendly. They just open the one stand. Um, yeah, but there've been some over the years that have been reasonably well attended. But yeah, no,
Yeah. I
good luck
mean,
to the under 18s again.
get through this round, get to Rootsall for another round. I think you'll probably get a decent turnout.
I've seen us play. I've definitely seen us at some point play Derby in that competition, and
Okay.
then I'm pretty sure maybe 3 or 4 years ago played Stoke. I definitely remember us playing a game against
Okay.
Stoke. But yeah, so it obviously shows there's big clubs available, like to sort of pit your wits against them. So yeah, good luck to the under 18s away at Needham Market, flying at the minute. We just
Yeah.
win every game 3-0. All previous rounds of that competition so far, we've won 3-0.
Perfect. Well, there you go. There's your FA Cup run.
Yeah, yeah, just follow the under 18s instead.
The kids are doing it for us. Yeah.
Right, are we there?
I think so.
Anything to add?
No, don't think so. So all
We
eyes
need
on
to get a
tonight.
jingle made up for your Ollie's random question when it comes to these the the numbers, and then get someone that makes a jingle.
Yeah, shall we? Who do we contact? Anyone know a
Any
musician or something?
musicians? Any producers? Yeah,
I
let
think
us
I
know.
tell you what, I'd love to open it up and just say like anybody, even if it's just a voice note jingle, just send it in.
What, just something really B-tech?
Yeah, literally, like if anyone's got an idea, just like even just sing it into a voice note and send it to us,
Yeah, there you
and
go.
we'll use it. We'll get the
Anyone,
best one.
anyone of yeah, there you go. So you've got two things to do. You've got to design your custard splat shirt, and you've got to make us a jingle for specifically Ollie's random question.
Yeah,
There you go. That's your homework for this week.
perfect.
Shout out again. Thank you to all our loyal listeners, our handful of Patreons. Follow us, continue to follow the pods at Custard Splat Pods on Instagram, on X, trying to use X a little bit more purely just to get a bit more engagement. TikTok, the Custard Splat, as we've mentioned many a times, we annoyingly couldn't get all those usernames to sync up. The TikTok name is different, it's the Custard Splat. Yeah, I think that just about does it for this week. Next time you hear from us will be a special game day episode, which is going to go out on Saturday morning, which is something a little bit different for us. Um, yeah, with a previewing the big game against Carlisle. But hopefully we'll be going into that one with a positive result tonight against Woking. So from me and from Ollie, we will see you in the next one.
See you later, guys.